All right, hello. Today I want to talk about how to find the degrees in your chart or any chart that you're looking at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share this screen. So this is a chart on astro.com. This is just the chart of the day, but you can use this for any chart. So if you see the wheel here, the full wheel. I don't know what this is down here, but we'll just ignore that. I wonder if we can click on this. Here we go. Okay, so if you look here, you see the chart wheel. You can look in this little cheat sheet, this little box. These are all the planets in this chart. So it will tell you the degrees. The degrees are on the left-hand side. So the sun is at 20 degrees Taurus. And then over here, we have some other numbers. These you don't really have to worry about. These are the minutes and the seconds. So that's when it gets very, very exact, very, very precise. We don't usually look at this unless you're very, very like particular about what you're looking at. But for the degrees, we just need to look at the left-hand side. So the sun is at 20 degrees Taurus. The moon is at 18 degrees Gemini. Mercury is at 23 Aries, and so on and so forth. But if you don't have this little cheat sheet and you want to look over here at the wheel, when you're getting to know the wheel, I would recommend definitely looking over here, and you can relate it back to the cheat sheet as well. But if you look here, we can see the moon is in Gemini at 18 degrees. So the big number is the degrees, and then the small number is the minutes again. So if we see over here, 18 degrees, and it rounds up to 40 minutes because it's 39:51. It'll round up to 40 minutes because it doesn't show the seconds here. So you're just concerned with the big number. So the moon is at 18 degrees of Gemini. Jupiter is at 26 degrees of Taurus. And let's go into that a little bit deeper. So the signs are on the outside of the wheel and they run counterclockwise. So the ascendant starts here. This is Virgo. So the ascendant starts at 16 degrees of Virgo. This big, thick line is the rising sign, also known as the ascendant. So this is what kicks off the whole chart. This is actually the horizon line when you were born. So anything above the horizon line was above your head when you were being birthed from your mother. So this is an afternoon chart, so it makes sense that the sun is in the sky. And we also have just had a new moon, so the moon is also up there, even though we can't see her because she is still very close to the sun. So all of the planets, except for Pluto, are above my head right now as I'm filming this. But the ascendant kicks off the chart, and then this chart starts at Virgo. So this will be different for every single chart. So we start at Virgo and then it goes in order from there. So Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and then it starts again at Aries. So it just goes around in that counterclockwise circle. Looking in here is when we can get the degrees. So you'll see these little lines. These are also the degrees. So if you look where Virgo starts, so this is Leo, and then this is where the sign switches from Leo to Virgo. And you'll see every big line over here, this, these are all 5 degrees. So this is 0 degrees. This line here is 5 degrees. You can even count in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for the ease, we can just go in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And there isn't a 30th degree. It's actually 29, and then it turns to 0 degrees of Libra. So this is how you can find the degrees of Libra. So if I try to go find a planet, let's see. Okay, let's look at Pluto. This is Pluto. This is Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, and we have to remember it goes counterclockwise. So Capricorn will go this way. 0 degrees of Capricorn is over here. and then we go all the way to 29, and then 0 degrees of Aquarius. It is helpful if you do know the order of the signs. Not necessary, but it's helpful when you're learning and looking at charts because you may get confused, like, which way am I going? But always remember counterclockwise for the signs. So this is 0 degrees of Aquarius, and 1, 2, 2 degrees. And if we look at this big 2 up here, we know that this is 2 degrees. And you'll see that blue line shows you exactly where it is. So if we go, let's look at up in this mess up here. This is where it gets a little bit confusing when there's a lot of planets all bunched together. So if we look here, we have Venus, but where the heck is Venus? So we can see this blue line is helping us out a little bit. We know it's in Taurus. So if we look to the beginning of Taurus, okay, here's the beginning, 0 degrees of Taurus. And then we have 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 degrees of Taurus. And we can see also here that's reflected on the big number, 13 degrees of Taurus. And then if we keep going, 13, so here's 15, that other big line, 15, 20, 20 degrees of Taurus is the sun. And then if we keep going, we have another blue line. This is actually Uranus because they're all bunched up very closely. Sometimes it takes a little bit of the eye to see like what the heck is going on here. So we have 3 lines here and we know that this is the sun, this is Uranus, and this is Jupiter. So we may need to get a little bit in there and dissect it a little bit. It does take some practice, so I would recommend just looking at as many charts as you can, keep practicing this, and then reflect it back to the big numbers. Come back here if you need to see what exact sign it's in. Know that you also have the glyphs where it will tell you, I have that PDF where you can look and see what the heck is this glyph. But this little cheat sheet is very helpful. So you can see the sun is in Taurus. This is the sun. And you can see the glyph over here as well. So I hope that's helpful in learning the degrees and getting to know the chart a little bit more intimately. And if you have any questions, let me know and I'd be happy to answer.